Tombstone, Arizona Territory, March 27, 1882.
Hollister.
Oh, Mr. Howard.
Some of us want to know what you're going to do about the outlaw element of this town.
My deputies and I arrest them.
But they're never convicted. They just go free to rob and kill again.
Mr. Howard, I'm just the sheriff, not the judge and jury.
Nobody wants to be the jury. It's too dangerous. They're afraid of what might happen if they vote to hang one of these murderers.
Mr. Clyburn and I are working on that, too. He's wired Washington for military protection for him.
I hope we get some action.
Here's Grady. Apaches. At Antelope Springs.
Apaches that close?
Get all the men you can together. Right, Clay. Fred and I'll ride out with you.
Sheriff Clay Hollister rode out with a posse to Antelope Springs, where the Apaches had made their attack. An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The afternoon of March 27, 1882. Sheriff Clay Hollister started his ride back from Antelope Springs. The Apaches had fled, and the sheriff had sent the posse in pursuit of the marauders. Choosing their time perfectly, two outlaws approached the mining and milling company 2 miles outside of Tombstone.
Be obliged if you fill that. Let's have it! The miners will be coming for their money. Come on.
I had just finished reporting the outbreak of Apache raids on outlying ranches. Checked my watch with the 5 o'clock whistle at the Tombstone mine. When the whistle continued, I knew it was an emergency. I rode to the mine 2 miles out of town to investigate. But the hold-up men had killed and vanished.
I warned you about your fast trigger.
You saw him go for his gun.
This could mean big trouble.
You don't want to have no fun, do you, Mitt?
I wanted money. I didn't want a killing.
Too bad about the money.
You go on to Crowley's. I'm going back to town.
I hope you know what you're doing, partner.
When I got back, the townspeople were demanding action. They told me Clay Hollister had just returned from Antelope Springs.
I tell you, they almost got me.
That the hat, Clay?
That's it, Mr. Clyburn. Not much to go on. How'd it go, Fred?
Rough. We trailed the Apaches into the Dragoons, and it was an easy trail to follow.
More raids?
2 more ranches and their families. Not a pretty sight, even the young'uns. I came back to report. Something wrong?
2-man stick-up at the Tombstone mine. Killed Mr. Barton. That hat belongs to one of them.
I saw a man without a hat riding across the San Pedro. He was headed towards Crowley's place. Looked like Billy Clyde.
Young Billy. He's a hard case.
Yeah, everyone thinks that he and Mitt Porter held up that Benson stage.
I wonder about Porter.
They're probably over at Crowley's place now. It's nothing but a hideout.
Do you think Billy and Mitt did it?
I'll ask him.
Let's get it over with.
I'm going with you.
Well, now, Mr. Clyburn.
Look, boy, I've been doing a lot of talking. You might need some help bringing them in.
Might at that. Except one of them's walking up to us right now.
Well?
He's tall like him, only he's dressed different. Wore his hat like you, Fred. Nope, it couldn't have been Porter.
You sure?
I was there.
You said you weren't looking.
It isn't Porter. Besides, he couldn't be 2 places at the same time.
Thought he was 2 people. Which maybe he is. Take over for a while.
Hey, now, there's a fuzzy little one.
Like that.
Hello, Mitt.
Mm-hmm. Hello,
Simmons.
Mr. Gaddis.
Hello.
Very attractive hat for a very pretty lady.
Thank you.
How's the freighting business, Mitt?
Can't complain.
Picking up lots of money on the Bisbee Road, are you?
I'm doing all right.
I think you're the richest man in town. Hope you realize that.
Mitt, we're riding out after your friend Billy Clyde.
Billy Clyde? Why?
Well, I want to talk to him. I don't know if it was him or his partner who killed Mr. Barton.
Mr. Barton was killed? Well, what makes you think that Billy had anything to do with it?
Hat was found. Billy was seen riding for Crowley's ranch bareheaded.
Well, I guess that's your problem.
It's no problem, Mitt. I figure Billy want to talk about things. He won't want to hang alone.
Tombstone juries don't hang anybody. Seems they're scared to.
Barton was a popular man, Porter. The town's had enough.
You want to ride out with us, Mitt?
Well, why me?
We thought you might have some influence with Billy. Avoid another killing.
When are you leaving?
Ooh, about an hour.
Mr. Porter's not riding with any posse tonight. We're going to choir practice.
Fire practice?
That's right. Choir practice.
That it is, Mr. Claiborne.
Well, we smoked him out.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Mr. Clyburn? Something wrong?
Yeah. I like that fella. We rode immediately to reach Crowley's ahead of Porter. We arrived at sundown, and Clay Hollister scouted the ranch to see if other guns were around.
How does it look? I looked all over. Crowley and his boys out there.
Probably all in Dalyville gambling.
There's just one man in bed. That has to be Billy.
How do you know?
He isn't wearing a hat.
I'm gonna go get him.
Hold on. He'd shoot you without even opening an eye, just out of instinct.
Not if I shoot first. Let's take Billy, then we can wait inside for Porter. That is, if Porter shows.
He'll show, all right.
Open up, Billy. It's me, Mitt.
Fred, maybe you better cover the back door. When you get up there, wait. I'll holler out and tell them they're surrounded.
Wait.
They're organizing a posse. You gotta get going. Where's your horse? Out in the corral?
Yeah. I'll be halfway to Mexico before they get here.
They wouldn't be coming, Billy, if you hadn't done that killing.
Well, now, look who's preaching. I'm surprised you even come up here to warn me.
That much I do owe you. But I don't trust you.
I don't believe I heard rightly. You don't trust me?
That's right. I figure if they get you near the end of a rope, you'll want company.
What happens if you get caught? Then who talks? You could really hang me. But you won't. I think I better kill you now.
You got the drop?
That's right.
You'd shoot?
I'm bad, I admit it. You don't know what you are.
Who is it? You're surrounded. That fool.
Thought you were ahead of them. They said they weren't leaving for an hour.
Open up in there, you're surrounded. Sure.
Hold it right there, Billy.
I'll cover the back.
Now I know I'm not gonna hang. I don't know about you.
Tell him you did the killing, Billy.
Tell him. Tell him. You tell him.
Drop it. You get around, boy.
Fred Billingsley is dead.
I didn't kill him.
I don't think you'll get Billy to testify to that.
Well, I'm not gonna hang.
Don't be foolish, Mitt! Hold it, Mitt!
You think he'll live? Well, he's tried for murder, and then who knows?
March 28, 1882. Mitt Porter was under guard in the Tombstone Hospital.
Excuse me. I'll have to ask you to check that gun, stranger.
I'm just passing through.
Well, make sure you do. Town's got rules.
Rules?
Yes, Mr. Warren?
I knew this would happen. Porter's healing up in the hospital, waiting to go free like the rest.
Fred Billingsley ain't healing up none.
And those cowboys think they run this town.
They do.
Well, it's time something was done about it.
You're right, Miss Bradbury.
People are getting panicky.
Yeah. Why didn't you and the editor kill Porter when you had the chance?
He'll stand trial when he can get out of bed, if he ever can.
Won't do no good. Juries are scared.
Well, you're the men who make up the juries.
I ain't gonna buck them gunslingers.
Well, you know, I don't blame you much about that. That'll all be changed now.
What do you mean?
I got an answer from Washington. All juries will have protection.
What protection?
Troops, if necessary.
From Fort Huachuca. So now you know.
Well, maybe things will be better.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time.
I hope I get on that Porter jury.
Me too. He'll hang.
It's time they was showed.
Well, we'll show them too, won't we, boys?
It's up to us.
Win, I'm terribly sorry. It's just that I got in so deep.
You could have told me. Did you kill Billingsley?
No.
Did you kill Barton?
No.
Was it Billy? Oh, I knew you were mixed up in something. I hoped I was wrong.
When I was mixed up. But you know, it's a funny thing. When a man comes so close to dying as I did, he sees things real clear. Now I'm glad there's going to be a trial. They got to believe I didn't kill anybody. When, after the trial's over, maybe we could go to California. Live respectable. I know I got no right, but I'm proposing.
I think you're delirious.
I'm not going to kill him, lady. I'm his brother. I heard you were running in bad company.
Stay out of this, Dave.
I'm taking you back to Texas.
He's staying. He's standing trial.
Lady, a bloodthirsty jury can hang a man same as a lynch mob. I'm not letting them make an example out of my brother. Come on.
No, Dave.
Mitt, I heard them talking on the streets. They mean it. They want revenge.
He's not going.
If he stays, he swings. They're so stirred up they'll hang the first man they try. And it's not going to be him. I got horses, but I'll need some help getting him out of here, lady.
Don't drag her in.
You have a gun. If you use force, I'll have to help.
I guess I'm forcing. You get his clothes?
Everything all right in here?
Couldn't be helped. Hurry up.
Mitt and Dave Porter rode out of Tombstone, trying to cover as many miles as possible before their escape was discovered. They didn't stop to rest or eat as they sought refuge in the mountains. Only desperation kept the wounded boy on his horse. The two brothers pressed through a devil's graveyard of rocks and boulders, avoiding trails, ridges, and exposed areas where they might be spotted. Their destination, Texas, and home. The Porter boys were aware of a double danger, a posse from Tombstone and the Apache raiders who infested the mountains and desert.
He wanted to stand trial, but his brother convinced him that he didn't have a chance. Look, it was his only way out. And I helped him.
I don't know if Mitt killed or not, but he deserves a fair trial, and boy, if I can find him, he's going to get one.
Where do you think they headed?
Mountains.
Mountains all over Arizona territory, boy.
Yeah, but in Mitt's condition, he can't outrun anybody in the open. My guess is they'll head for the Chiricahuas and then for Texas.
The Chiricahuas?
That's Apache country.
He's sick, but he's no fool.
But the Indians have been out in raiding parties, and Mitt knows it. I think he'll chance getting through. You sure you still want to go along? Some Indian might wind up wearing that fancy jacket.
I'm going.
I wouldn't go, but my hat's off to you.
Hope we can keep our hats on. You're in charge, Sorehead.
Posse's on its way in.
They make contact with the Apaches?
They hit and run. All we did was chase them back in the mountains.
Which mountains?
The Chiricahuas.
The afternoon of March 28. Clay Hollister and I prepared for a long, hard ride and left at once. We didn't have time to wait for the posse. The Porter boys had a big head start, and we tried to close the gap before the going got rough. But we were slowed by the rugged foothills. Their trail told Clay they were still far ahead of us. They led us into hidden ravines and box canyons known only to Indians. We tracked them into the forbidding Chiricahuas, fortress of the murderous Apaches. There was still no sign that they had stopped to rest or eat. It was no longer an easy trail to follow, and it would soon be night when all trails end. The evening of March 28. Mitt and Dave Porter penetrated deeper into the Apache stronghold. The stars would soon be out. But which would be stars and which would be Apache eyes? morning of March 29.
I'm still warm.
You like eating something?
No, go ahead.
Well, at least the Apaches haven't found us.
They wouldn't attack till daylight anyway.
Yeah. Something to do with their religion.
Religion? They just enjoy seeing you die.
You're a pretty tough kid. You haven't eaten enough to keep a cricket. Should be quite a celebration when I bring you home.
You know, Dave, I've always been second best to you. Seems I still am.
You trying to prove something back in Tombstone? How did money get to be so important to you anyway?
Isn't it to everyone?
Depends on how you come by it. You had no right to involve that girl.
She was going to California with me, Dave.
Maybe she'd like to come to Texas.
Is that more big brother advice?
Well, I figured if she'd take over, maybe I could concentrate on a few problems of my own.
Yeah, it's funny. I never figured you'd ever have any problems. But I like your solution.
Well, it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a beautiful day in Texas.
Company.
Posse or Apaches?
Are you hit?
I don't think there's any new holes in me. Dave?
Yeah?
I've never quite learned how to say this. But thanks.
We'll make it.
I'm out of shells. Dave, you go ahead and run for the horses.
I said we'll make it.
Do like I tell you. Let me be the family hero just...
Ned?
He's a long way from Texas.
How guilty was he? How guilty the town? Dave Porter miraculously escaped Texas. We buried his brother Mitt where he was killed in the Chiricahuas. It was no happy ending to a girl's dream of home and family. But that's the way it happened. Mitt Porter made some mistakes in his young life in this young country and learned, as did many residents of Tombstone, that only the town was too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run foul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, June 5, 1883. Merchant pack trains from Mexico were being attacked repeatedly after crossing the border. According to information received through unofficial channels, another pack train would be hijacked in the vicinity of Skeleton Canyon. This could lead to an international incident. It was Sheriff Clay Hollister's job to prevent it.
See if you can pick up that trail. I'll try to catch up with you.
Actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
We rode back as soon as we heard the shot. Are you all right?
Yeah, almost missed me.
Oh, that was close.
Enough to knock me out for a minute. You see who did it?
No, but one of the Mexicans is missing.
Yeah. One of the horses, too. What about the bushwhackers?
Headed for Galeyville.
Yeah, that figures.
You think it's Curly Bill and his boys?
I don't know. We take the bodies on back to town.
What do you aim to do?
See if I can find that Mexican, have him identify the hijackers.
Well, I never knew you to take such an interest in civic affairs, Curly Bill.
Why, I tell you, it ain't fair, Mr. Clyburn. Especially since Galeyville folks are paying taxes, same as them here in Tombstone.
And you say the people in Galeyville think they're not getting a fair shake for their tax money.
That's right. Tombstone gets sidewalks, street lamps, running water. And what do us in Galeyville get? Nothing but tax receipts. Now, that ain't fair.
And so you want me to write an editorial about it?
Yep.
Well, you've got a point. I think you're also entitled to law enforcement. You didn't even mention that.
Well, now we ain't hoggish, Mr. Clyburn. Just one thing at a time, huh?
Well, I'll give your proposal serious consideration, Brocious.
Thanks.
Now, I wonder what he really did want.
Come here. What's on your mind, Hollister? I want to talk to you. Where you been for the last, say, 3 hours?
Oh, right here in Tombstone, minding my own business. Why?
Prove it.
Well, as a matter of fact, I spent most of the time with your writing friend inside. Him and me have been discussing civic matters. Ask him.
I will. After a while.
Un momento, senor. I beg your pardon. What's on your mind? That man on the left.
That's Clay Hollister, the sheriff.
And the other one, the fat one. Is he also a lawman?
Curly Bill Brocious, a lawman?
No.
Curly Bill is one of the roughest galoots in these parts. He makes his own laws.
But they seem so friendly.
Curly Bill, a lawman.
Four Mexican nationals dead. Boy, there are going to be repercussions from Washington, Mexico City unless I do something fast.
Well, the answer probably lies with one man. That Mexican who took the shot at you.
It could be two men. The other one's Curly Bill Brocious.
Well, he was here with me this morning. He has an alibi.
Mm-hmm. So I heard from Curly Bill Brocious. And I was too pat to suit me. He knows something. And that hijacker's trail led toward Galeyville.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Outlaws from all over the territory congregate in Galeyville.
And Curly Bill rules the ruse.
Not entirely. Red Slade's gang is becoming plenty strong in Galeyville. Strong enough, in fact, that even Cass, Curly Bill's top man, is thrown in with Slade.
Well, whoever did it, I got 4 good reasons for wanting to find him.
4 reasons?
Count 'em.
Well, if it ain't old Curly Bill himself. Step right up here and have a drink with your pals. We're celebrating.
I'm second.
Shame, ain't it, boys? Curly getting old and rheumatic. Can't stand at the bar no more.
Is this the way you feel, Cass? You like being with a back shooter?
You gotta keep up with the times, Curly. Like us. We don't waste time or bullets. We just collect fast. But you're slowing up.
I ain't slow when I pull a gun.
We don't want no trouble now, boys. Thought you could take a little joke, Curly.
I can when a man makes one.
Hold it!
Outside. Now, what's this all about?
Search me. Me and the boys were just celebrating a bit when Curly walks in and chooses me. Guess he's getting his second childhood. Set him up again.
Now, just what was it you were celebrating?
Now, ain't that funny? I done clean forgot.
I guess I'll have to ask somebody else.
Like who?
Well, let's put it this way. When a killer shoots a man in the back, you ought to be sure of one thing.
Like what?
That the man's dead.
Nightly. See you in the morning.
The night of June 8. The past 3 days had not been particularly auspicious ones for Hollister. The pack-train bushwhackers were still at large, and the missing Mexican, his only material witness, had apparently vanished into thin air.
You're the man that's been looking for me, huh?
Sí, señor. I am Don Jacinto Orozco, a sus órdenes. The man you tried to kill.
Oh, now, hold on a minute. I'm the law. I've been looking for you to identify the murderer.
You are the murderer. And you will pay for it. The whip was a good idea. Makes little sound. Yet it can kill so easily.
Over there.
All right. On your feet.
Por favor, señor. Make the first bullet count.
Except for the roistering bunch in the Crystal Palace, an ominous quiet had settled down upon Tombstone as two determined men faced it out in a room of the Exchange Hotel. Both Clay Hollister and Don Jacinto were playing a desperate game.
What's the matter, Sheriff? You want to shoot people in the back?
I can see you need some straightening out.
You know very well I'm the only witness to the ambush on my train. I saw you with my own eyes, robbing the dead.
You saw me checking the bodies for identification papers. I want the murderers as much as you do. Drop into my office in the morning. We got a few details to discuss.
I'm free to go?
You made a natural mistake. I won't hold it against you.
Very well, amigo. In the morning.
Clay Hollister now strongly suspected that the Mexican coin taken from Slade was a link to the pack train ambush. The morning of June 9, 4 heavily armed riders came into Tombstone. They had the look of men who had once served with the Rurales, a truly great police force. More than anything else, they looked like trouble.
Well, actually, we have no witnesses. No positive identification.
But you have a good idea, don't you?
Ideas aren't evidence, Don Jacinto.
Are you telling me you know who killed and robbed us, but you refuse to arrest them?
Even if I were sure, a warrant couldn't be issued until I have positive proof. I couldn't make it stick.
Senor Hollister, if a mountain lion attacks my cattle, I do not wait to prove which beast is to blame. I hunt down and destroy every savage animal I can find.
Well, Don Jacinto, according to the law, men aren't animals. It's my job to enforce the law.
But you know who murdered my countrymen.
I have suspicions. When I'm sure, when I have proof, that gang will be tried and hanged.
Who are these men? I have the right to know.
Not now. Not while you're feeling like you do.
You refuse to tell me.
I do. You know those men?
Si, senor.
You sent for them.
Mm-hmm. And because each one has been with the Rurales, each man is a manhunter, a killer of savage beasts.
I told you I'd take care of this.
True. But from this moment on, my men are going to watch you like hawks. One day you will lead us to the killers, and that day will destroy them. Buenos dias, Senor Sheriff.
I see Don Jacinto's men are still here.
Yeah, sticking to me like glue. Even camp outside my hotel at night. Probably want them under my bed.
Making you a mite edgy, aren't they, Clay?
You bet they are. Sitting on an international powder keg. I've got to talk to Curly Bill or Slade, but if I go out there, they'll follow me. And they'll gun down anybody I talk to.
Well, that could start fireworks. Have a border war on our hands.
Yeah, and the only way I can stop it is by staying here. I'm practically a prisoner in my own jail.
How's the bread and water?
Slade around?
He was doing some target practice a while ago. It seems he has troubles even shooting a man in the back.
You're on the prod against Slade just because I'm riding with him. I like siding with you, Bill, but, well, you just sort of sit around too much.
You live longer that way.
I heard you told a couple of boys there's another pack train coming through today.
Yeah, it's a rich one, they say. Does Slade know about it, Cass?
He's one told me.
Well, he'd better steer clear of that pack train. It'll be well guarded. No chance to take it at all. Unless some back-shooting outfit takes on the job. Slade's inside. Cass.
Yeah?
I still sort of like you, even if you have took up with Slade.
So?
Better not push your luck too far.
We got trouble, Clay.
Where?
Skeleton Canyon again. There's talk of another pack train coming.
Where'd you hear that?
All I know is Curly Bill's sitting out at Galeyville laughing at you. Says while these Mexican gunmen got you pinned down in your own office, hijackers are going to hit the pack train.
Well, that does it. I can't try to outweed Don Jacinto any longer. I got to get out to Galeyville now. I can't let them follow me. Lee, put on my jacket and ride out of here fast. Maybe they'll follow you.
Right.
You and your men stay out of this. Now it's your move, Senor Hollister.
Curly Bill.
Well, hello, Hollister. I've been waiting for you. Come on and sit down.
Come out. Come out or we'll blow you out. Either way, we'll kill you. Face to face or from the back, just like you murdered my people.
Detengo en el fuego.
There's only one man here, and he wasn't in on the job.
That badge of yours has no protection anymore, senor. We wanted the killers, and we're going to have them.
I told you the men you want aren't here.
You, search the place. Shoot anything that moves.
You're wasting your time. And mine.
We'll just make sure of that, senor.
Well, they won't bother us for a while. You feel like talking?
Maybe. Maybe not.
What are you doing here all alone?
Waiting for you. Bad news travels fast.
Yeah, what about this news about a pack train coming through today?
Why ask me?
Well, I got a hunch you're the one that started that rumor.
Look, Hollister, I ain't got nothing against you personal. You do your job good. One thing, you don't plug nobody in the back.
But somebody you know is a back shooter, is that it?
I ain't exactly no petunia the way I do things. But even I gotta draw the line somewheres. There ain't no pack train coming through today. But Slade thinks there is.
He's just out there waiting to get trapped.
Just remember, you said it.
Thanks.
What for?
Sheriff! Monte.
Well, now maybe you believe me.
This is Brocious. Is he the same outlaw I saw you talking with before?
Outlaw?
He had nothing to do with it. Take my word.
And the gang of outlaws?
I'll take care of them. You take your men back to Mexico. Lee?
Si, senor. We travel south. The same as you.
Clay Hollister and his deputy made a hard and fast ride to Skeleton Canyon, where Red Slade's gang waited to ambush another pack train.
Slade! You and your men, throw down your guns!
Thought I told you to go back to Mexico.
This is on the way to Mexico. And besides, I want to help you.
All right, you and your men are deputized.
Dispersense.
Bill? Huh? What about you?
Oh, no, not this time.
Guardia.
I tried to tell you, Cass. You see, you pushed your luck too far.
All right. Drop your gun belts.
Now I go to Mexico, senor.
Adios, amigo.
Adios. Good man to have siding you.
I wonder where Curly Bill's headed so fast.
Well, that wise old coot.
What are you talking about?
There's a big herd coming down from the north, heading for Fort Huachuca. And Curly Bill's headed north.
And so am I. Take the prisoners in. And just remember one thing. Don't even start to trust an outlaw.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
The Linda Mujer Cantina in Agua Prieta, a border town south of Tombstone, Arizona Territory, June 9, 1888.
Come here, honey. I want to talk to you. Come here. Just an old friend of mine. Where you going? You tricked me that time, Chiquita, didn't you? Okay, Chiquita. Here I come.
All right, Wade. Game's over.
Well, you're kind of far out of your way, aren't you, Sheriff?
Just far enough to get you.
Well, my ma didn't raise no fool. I'm not going to give you no argument. Not now, anyway. Say, you mind my asking what this is all about?
Ask Jamie Wilson's widow.
But I'm asking you.
Well,
Hey, you're kind of jumpy there, Hollister. Now, you know that I always travel alone. I like it that way.
Well, that's good, because that's the way you'll hang.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
June 10, 1888. The shortest route back to Tombstone was skirting the Chiricahuas. Small bands of renegade Apaches were suspected of being holed up in the area.
Say, what do you say we have a little water? I'm dry as a horny toad. Thank you.
What are you looking for? What's so fascinating back there?
Well, now, you just know that this is Apache country, you know, and, well, if they was to jump us, I just wouldn't have no chance at all. What with my hands being ironed, you know, behind me like they are. Of course, it'd make it awful easy for you if that's what you want. Much obliged.
Late afternoon of June 10, 1888.
Get off. We'll bed down here.
About time.
Just get away from the horse.
You don't take any chances, do you?
Would you? What's the matter? You still looking for Apaches?
Oh, no, but a footloose blacksmith might come in handy. Hollister, you're a pretty good cook. One of these days you're going to make some gal a good wife.
See how good you are at cleaning the dishes.
Well, sure, Sheriff. Anything to oblige. Say, Clay, you know something been bothering me. How come you took me for killing Jamie?
Well, to start with, you're riding his horse.
That horse? Oh, no, I bought that horse. I got a bill of sale for him, everything. I lost it, though. But still, it doesn't seem to me like you got much to go on now, does it?
People never learn, Wade. You got a mean streak, can you?
Me?
Yeah. You might have gotten away with this if it hadn't been for that.
I don't get you.
Well, it wasn't enough for you just to take the man's horse. You had to shoot him, too. Leave him for dead. Well, he died, all right. But not before he crawled up on the road. He was still alive when he was found. And he named you, Wade. He named you Plain.
That don't prove nothing. You see, Jamie always hated me, ever since I shot his kid brother. Well, I did time for that and everything, but Jamie just couldn't let well enough alone.
You'll have an opportunity to tell that to the jury, but let me ask you something, Wade. You think they're going to believe you?
Oh, now, what's the use of talking, huh? Hey, is that stuff ready yet?
Milo! Stop it, you're gonna kill him!
Good boy, Seth. I knew I could count on you. Say, just a minute. Let me get these things off. I'll be right with you. You know, I got no hard feelings for you, Clay. It's just that a man's got to look out for himself first, isn't that right? You know, I never did like this kind of gun. And the barrel's too long for fast work, you know. I guess it's all right for some things, though, huh?
Yeah, like murder.
Here you are, Milo. Got the horses ready to travel.
Good boy. Here, keep an eye on him. Oh, this is more like it. I felt kind of naked without it. Seth, you go on back to the horses. I'll be with you in a minute.
You getting ready to give it to me like you did Jamie? He lived a good 6 hours. You'd have enjoyed watching that.
Well, go on. What are you waiting for?
You ain't gonna shoot him, are you, Milo?
No. Now, what gave you an idea like that? No, I'm just going to make sure that he doesn't follow us right off.
Well, if we take his horse, leave him and get back on it.
Hey, I know what I'm doing. Here, you take these cuffs, put them on him. Oh, Clay, would you mind putting your hands behind that tree?
They too tight?
They're all right. Go on, get down the horses. You know, come noon tomorrow, you're going to wish that I had put a bullet through you. That sun's going to cook you good. Come on, kid.
You got a mind like an Apache involving your brother in murder. Nah. Now, not even an Apache'd sink that low.
Milo ain't never killed nobody except in a fair fight. You lawmen just got it in for him. Can't leave a man alone.
6 years ago, he killed a boy about your age, Dave Wilson.
Milo told me about it. Wilson drawed on Milo first.
You done a good job on him, Milo. Maybe you will have hanging company after all.
You shut your rotten mouth. And nobody's got nothing on the kid. Nobody's going to hang. Come on, Seth.
Thanks, kid.
Well, come on, what's holding you? Pick up that gun belt.
desert wind greeted the morning of June 11.
Howdy. Howdy. Nothing but no prospector. Say, you mind if we step down?
Why, no. Glad to have a little talking company. You're right welcome to join me for breakfast.
Well, thank you. You loosen the cinches on the horses. I'll do the talking.
Folks keep telling me it ain't worth grubbing for this far south. Just wait till I get to that there. I'll give them their comeuppance.
Well, you got to admit it is pretty far south for silver.
Didn't say nothing about silver, mister.
Ain't nothing else worth looking for in this part of the country.
All you young'uns are alike. Think you know everything. Well, you're right about one thing. There ain't no silver down here.
Well, you know, these hills been gone over hundreds of times. If there'd been anything here, it would have been found by now.
That's so.
Sure, I mean, it's just common sense. You ask me, you're wasting your time. You ought to go up north. I understand that's where the big strikes are being brought in.
Know-it-alls. Think nobody knows nothing except themselves. Whistle a different tune now, though, we bet you bottom dollar. All that wasting your time, mister?
I don't know. What is it?
What is it? It's gold. You darn fool. What's it look like?
Well, that's gold, huh? It don't look like much, does it? Don't hardly look worth bothering for. I mean, it looks just like so many rocks to me.
That ore ought to run 20,000 to a ton. Richest ore ever seen. Don't they teach you fellers nothing no more?
Well, I guess not, old-timer, because if I was to see a whole solid mountain of that stuff, I'd probably walk right past it.
June 11, 1888. Clay Hollister was fighting against time as the broiling sun climbed in the sky.
Thought it struck it rich lots of times, but something always seemed to go wrong. But not this time. Old Deed hit it for sure this time. Made sure wouldn't nothing go wrong.
That's good. Nothing like being careful, is there? Hey, Seth, listen, you better go get the horses ready. We got some miles to cover. You hear what I said?
The afternoon of June 11, 1888. Late that afternoon, Clay Hollister stumbled upon signs of life and death. The night of June 11.
Relax, kid. Now, come on. You better eat something or you're going to lose your strength.
Milo, I want to ask you something.
Sure, what is it?
How long you been lying to me about things?
Lying to you about what?
You know, like killing. The sheriff was telling the truth, wasn't he? You did kill that man for the horse, didn't you?
Well, I guess you got to learn sometime. Yeah, I killed him. I did, but he kept asking for it, Seth. You remember how old Jamie was. Every time I'd see him, he'd start in with that murdering talk of his. You know, you're a killer, Milo Wade. They ought to hung you. One of these days they're going to string you up, and that kind of talk till he was driving me loco, so I just shut him up. But I shut him up good. I say that, I did.
You didn't have to listen to it.
Look here, Seth. Now, you and me is brothers. See, we're blood kin. Us two is all we got in this world. Seth, you just don't know how rotten folks can be to people like us. I mean, you got nothing in your genes, so they treat you like dirt. And let me tell you something. I've had a plan for a long time now how I can beat 'em, Seth. You know what we're going to do? We're going to jump across the border into Mexico, and we'll buy us a place of our own, just the two of us, and we'll live a good life. No more running from people, no more wanting for things. It just...
Maybe it'd just be better if you went without me, Milo.
Without you, but you're my brother. I mean, all my life I've been worrying about you, Seth. I've been thinking, how can I make things good for the boy? You say, go without you. Well, no, sir,
You call what you did doing things for me?
Well, this is a tough world, and a man has got to twist what he wants out of it. I mean, otherwise you get nothing. You got to take what you want, so.
Like you took from that old man back there?
That? Well, sure. That's but what is wrong with that? I mean, an old man like that, you know, he's got one foot in the grave anyway. What's he want with all that gold, huh? Besides, he was just a stranger. What did he ever do for you and me?
He fed us.
Oh, now you're beginning to tire me, boy. Now, you're going to do what I tell you. You understand? And you're going to Mexico with me if I got to whip some sense into you. Come on, let's get some sleep, huh?
Satisfied that his brother was asleep, Seth Wade made his decision.
Seth, where are you? Seth! Come back here! Seth? What'd I do? Seth!
Early morning, June 12th. Seth Wade had regained consciousness. His brother's bullet had passed clear through his body.
Now, you just take it easy, Seth. Old Milo will take care of you.
Hurts. Stop it from hurting.
I didn't
Please.
mean it, boy. You got to believe me. I wouldn't hurt you for the world. Here, let me have a look at it. But I couldn't let you go, Seth. You're all I got.
Oh, it hurts. Please, let me die.
No, you're not going to die. I'll get help, Seth. But you're not going to die. I promise you. Only those horses hadn't spooked. I'll go for some help.
You hear that, Seth? Somebody heard my signal. You just hold on, boy. It's not going to be much longer. All right, Hollis.
that's far enough. Now drop that rifle. Get off of that barrel. Come on up here. I can talk to you. Come on. Now, I don't know how you got loose, but right now I'm glad you did. Now, that's far enough. Now, listen to me. Seth got himself hurt. You know anything about doctoring?
A little.
Good. I hope for your sake you're not lying. He's over there.
How'd it happen?
What difference does it make? Just do something, will you?
There's nothing I can do. He needs a doctor.
Listen, don't lie to me. I swear I'll kill you where you stand.
Look, I'd help the kid if I could. You know that.
Well, will you help me get him on that burro? Then I'll take him
You'll kill him if you do that. Did you do it?
Oh, it was kind of an accident.
All right. There's a doctor in McNeil, 15 miles from here.
There is? Well, maybe I could make it.
If you do, the first man that sees you'll put a bullet in you. You've been posted in every town for 50 miles.
Maybe so, but I got to take that chance.
Real fond of him, aren't you?
Well, that's a fool question, of
course.
course.
You got just one chance to save him. I'll ride for help, but there's a condition.
What's that?
Give me your gun and wait here till I get back.
What are you, out of your mind? Clay, all right. Ride.
June 17, 1888. After 8 days on the desert, Clay Hollister had returned with his prisoner.
Well? Now, come on, talk to me. How is he? Well, is he going to live?
Yeah, but he'll never walk again. Your bullet chipped his spine.
It did?
Milo Wade began to realize that a slug from his gun had paralyzed his brother for life.
It was all his fault. I didn't mean to shoot him. Why, everything I ever did was for that boy. Everything. Does he appreciate it? No. He looks at me like I was some kind of dirt, and then while I'm trying to sleep, he goes sneaking off. That's what he does. Well, good for him. Maybe now he'll learn to appreciate what I was trying to do.
What did you do for him?
What was I trying to do? I'll tell you what I was going to do. I was going to peddle the old man's claim, and we was going to go down to Mexico and buy us a little place of our own, just the two of us. And now somebody else going to be enjoying all that gold.
There wasn't any gold, Milo.
What are you saying?
Old Dietz ore was just iron pyrite, like all the other claims he made.
No, Hollister, I saw that gold with my own eye. It was bright yellow gold it was.
Dietz was an old man. Sometimes they get a little childish, live in their dreams. Well, Dietz was like that. Yeah. Always dreaming, always making the biggest strikes. They were always iron pyrite.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was yellow. I mean, iron isn't yellow.
Iron pyrite is. That's why they call it fool's gold.
Fool's gold? Fool's gold? But, well, ain't that something? All of that for nothing? For fool's gold? Well, that's some joke on me, isn't it, Hollister? Fool's gold.
Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, July 7, 1884. The date that marked the arrival of Barton Clark, Jr.
How do you like the West, Barton?
From what I've seen, it should be very interesting. Glad my father was finally convinced that I should learn more about life. Under controlled conditions, of course.
Oh?
Oh, Dad's quite a remarkable man.
Yeah, I can vouch for that, Clay. I had wanted Barton here to help me out over at the epitaph, but...
Well, no offense, Mr. Cliburn, but I certainly would like a job here.
Here?
Yes, sir. Could I be one of your deputies?
Well, Lee here's my regular, and I have other good, experienced men to call on.
Well, I'll do anything for no pay.
All right. If you don't mind starting at the bottom, I guess I could use a handyman, jailer.
Do I get to wear one of these?
Well, no, I'm afraid you'll have to wait for that. My ceiling couldn't stand it.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The afternoon of July 7, 1884. Clay Hollister painstakingly explained the operation of the sheriff's office. Barton Clark, Jr. was a good student.
Now, there's certain rules of safety that have to be observed with the prisoners. Remember, they're all in there for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Now, you always walk down the center of the corridor, never close to the cell doors. And since you won't be wearing a gun for a while, always carry this. If anybody should make a grab for you, a good whack across the forearm will make them pull back. Now, you never go back there alone carrying the keys. Till we've got you broken in, Lee or I will lock up and release all the prisoners. These guns are all unloaded. We do have a trouble gun. Thought I'd tell you just in case.
Time to make the rounds. You want to tag along, lawman? Learn more about life?
I'll go along with you. You got any questions?
No, not at the moment, sir.
Sure. You might show me a little respect too, deputy.
Yes, sir.
Late afternoon, July 7, 1884. Tombstone's Tivoli Saloon.
Keep your eyes open. Mi amor, mi corazón.
Clay.
This the new boy? Finish your drink, Rose.
Rose?
Yeah. Rose of Rio Bravo.
Shall we go?
Take her in, Lee. I want to check her out. She probably got more men staked out.
Rose of Rio Bravo, wanted for crimes from rustling to robbery, and with a record of countless love affairs and daredevil escapes, was again under lock and key.
Well, here we are again, Clay.
Yeah, you must feel quite at home.
I've seen better. And worse. You know that.
Well, I hope you're comfortable. Mi amor. She's gonna need some privacy till they pick her up from Texas. Hang up some blankets at night.
Yes, sir.
Who'd ever think of that slip of a girl as a Rose of the Rio Bravo?
Dynamite comes in little packages.
Rio Bravo?
Mexican name for the Rio Grande below the border. According to reports, she drove thousands of head of cattle across the Bravo while the customs officials slept.
Or, thanks to her charms, looked the other way.
You sure seem to know an awful lot about her, Clay.
Well, it's my business to know about wanted people.
You spent some time in Texas before you came here, didn't you?
That's right, Harris. Lee, you book her. I'm gonna wire El Paso.
Mr. Hollister, what do you want me to do?
Get the suppers.
I think I got everything.
We won't have to feed her long. She'll be hearing from El Paso in the morning.
Hold it, kid.
Yeah, you've always got to count the silverware. Bent forks open many a lock. Oh, and incidentally, be careful of Rose. She's walked out of stronger jails than this one.
Yes, sir.
It's over here.
Supper, ma'am.
Just pass it through. Thank you.
Welcome.
Did you take out the loads?
Yes, sir. Only a tenderfoot would fiddle around with a loaded gun.
You better go pick up the dishes.
Yes, sir. You didn't eat much.
I can see you don't eat here.
Oh, no. The editor and I, Mr. Clyburn, are going to have dinner later at the Maison Dorée.
Must be very expensive.
I really don't know yet. I just opened an account. I guess I'll find out.
You're very interesting for a lawman. You dress well. I like that.
Thank you.
Would you do me a favor?
Anything. Within reason.
Well, I'm tired of these things. I guess they weren't a very good disguise anyway.
What's this?
My sizes and what I need to be a woman again.
One petticoat, one pair.
You don't mind shopping for a lady, do you?
Oh, no.
Here.
Keep it. You keep it, Rose. You're in enough trouble already.
Thank you.
The morning of July 10, 1884. Young Clark was showing an impressive dedication to his job.
Well, you're going to earn that badge yet. How's everybody in the hotel?
Rose isn't up yet.
Well, you see, being in jail is kind of like being in the Army. You rise and shine for morning inspection. Morning, Smiley. Anybody home?
Be right there.
Everybody's accounted for. You better get the breakfasts.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have good taste. You like it?
Oh, yeah. I better get your breakfast.
And bring mine, too.
Barton. She'll be going back to Texas real soon.
Yes, sir.
The evening of July 15. Extradition proceedings were delayed. Rose of Rio Bravo had been in the Tombstone jail a week.
I'm lucky.
What'll they do to you?
That's my worry. Oh, you don't have to. How much does that make it anyway? $500. I don't think I've ever seen that much money. Not that it'll do me much good now.
What about the cattle?
What cattle?
The stolen cattle. You did steal them, didn't you?
You believe that, too? Let me tell you the truth, Barton. My father used to bring in cattle from Mexico and drive them north to market. It was a way of life. Then came the crooked politicians. Pay 50 cents a head to drive them into the Rio Bravo. Another 50 cents a head to get them on American soil. Tribute to Mexican officials, tribute to American officials. So what do?
But that still doesn't give you the right to steal.
Steal? You drive them across at night and risk being shot at in the bargain. Graft, nothing but graft on both sides of the border.
What about the other men?
What other men?
No.
Men just seem to want to marry me. I win again.
Yeah.
Want a deal? Cut. Yes, Mr. Clark?
I don't want to play anymore.
I don't want to play anymore either. Don't fall in love with me.
I already have.
Mi amor, mi corazón.
The night of July 16, 1884.
Hey, got a little something for you.
Hey, you're making me a deputy.
Oh, well, not yet. You're still a jailer, but now it's official. You've come a long way since that day you shot the hole in my ceiling.
Congratulations, Mr. Clark.
I got a wire Dad. He'll get a real wallop out of this.
Clay.
Ellie.
Night wire. Extradition papers are in order. Deputy will be through tomorrow on his way to Texas to pick up Rose.
You know, it seems a shame that a bright, pretty girl like Rose ever got started on a career like hers.
Yeah. Call it a night, Lee. I'll take the late rounds.
Right.
Hey, Lee. What'll they do to her?
Well, in Texas, they got a lot of rope.
They'll hang her?
Been known to hang a man for stealing one horse. No telling how many herds she spirited across the border.
You know, maybe she had her reasons.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, but hanging.
Hey, Barton. You better call it a night, too.
Yes, sir.
Barton Clark Jr. didn't call it a night. There were still more questions that had to be answered.
What about the robberies?
Well, what about them?
How do you explain them? I want to know.
You want to know. What about the robberies? What about the men? What about the cattle? Well, let me ask you a question, Barton Clark Jr. What right have you to know? I'm not on trial before you. What right do you have to ask me all these things?
Because I don't want you to hang, that's why.
I don't want to hang either. Above all, I don't want to hang now. There's nothing you can do.
I'm not going to let you hang. Here, you'll need money. You better take this.
Barton, come with me.
I can't. We'll meet later. I'll try to cover this somehow. I better check outside.
No, Rose. Not this time.
Let's go. Let's go.
July 17, 1884.
Still no leads? Lee's checking. He sure gave up an awful lot for her.
I don't know what to wire his father.
Well, he wanted Barton to learn about life, didn't he? With Rose, he's learning. How much money do you have with him?
I don't know. A few thousand, I guess. He's got a fortune set up for him in trusts, his inheritance.
Yeah, at least she can't get her hands on that.
How's ahead?
Fine, fine.
Clay,
Yeah?
your wire's paid off. They took a train from Tucson to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yeah, he's probably trying to lose themselves in the city. Well, they're about to be found. That's my favorite gun.
I'm going with you. It's up to you. I gotta. His father said something else. I took it as a joke at the time. It doesn't seem so funny now. He said not to let him get killed.
I hope he doesn't.
Clay Hollister and I took the stage to Tucson and the first train to Los Angeles. July 21, 1884, the city of angels. But the girl we were looking for didn't wear wings. July 22, If they were still in Los Angeles, they had covered their whereabouts well.
Well, there's not many hotels left. I'll go check those at the other end of Main
All right,
Street.
remember, she's probably disguised as a boy. No, I was wrong. She's disguised as a lady.
See you tonight?
Right. I wonder where Barton is.
I'll say this for her. She's here fast on her feet.
I hoped Rose would lead us to Barton. Straightening him out was as important to me as capturing the outlaw queen.
Rose. Where have you been?
Shopping. The dresses had to be altered.
Come in. Please. I thought we'd better eat in. Maybe leave for San Francisco tomorrow. We can't be too careful.
I don't want to leave yet.
Well, I have a feeling we should.
Can we afford San Francisco?
I found somebody that would cash one of my checks. Dad'll be finding out about it soon. I'll get a job.
The house detective informed us 2 people answering their descriptions registered under different names. We warned him that they were armed.
Locked, but they're in there.
Any other way in?
Balcony.
Show me. You wait here, Clay.
No shooting unless you have to.
Naturally, I've been thinking how wrong it was, what we did back there. Yet I've never been happier.
You're a smart young man, Barton. Don't trust me too far.
It's too late.
To us?
Here, open it.
It's beautiful. $20 gold piece.
As long as you wear it, we'll never go broke. Read the inscription.
I think I can tell you what it says. Mi amor, mi corazón, huh? My love, my heart. All right, Harris, keep an eye on her. She's got my other gun around here somewhere. Barton, let's go. Your father will be wondering where you are.
Hold it!
The night of July 22, 1884.
Where's Rose?
He's in jail again.
Dad always said look for the good in people. There's a lot of good in Rose. A lot of bad in me, I guess. Sorry, Clay.
You better not talk anymore.
You're a newspaper man. You have a pencil and paper. My last will and testament. I'll leave all my inheritance to Rose.
Well, Barton, your will won't be necessary. The doctor says you're going to live.
But I'll have to take you back. There are going to be charges.
I can face those. It's Dad.
I don't blame you. But remember, like you said, he's a remarkable man. He's asleep.
He's going to be all right. Won't take him as long to get over that bullet hole as it will to get over Rose. How long did it take you? Or did you?
Rose of Rio Bravo was sentenced to 10 years in prison by a sympathetic male jury. She was soon released by the warden, who developed a keen interest in her case.
Mi amor, mi corazón.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory. The night of May 28, 1886.
How about that, Sally? Well, everybody's having fun with Big Bill. Saturday night, why don't you celebrate?
Celebrate what?
Silver mine I'm going to find for you, maybe. That's what.
Should I hold my breath?
Herman. Herman! We'll pick up a little glass, Herman. And hold. Well, now, Sheriff, you got in my way.
You better call tonight, Bill, before somebody gets hurt.
You want to hold a glass, Sheriff? 1, 2.
Oh, now. Show me how you want it held.
All right.
I'm sorry I had to clip him, Sally.
Why bother to tell me about it? I don't care what happens to him.
Jack, take care of him.
No, keep away. I'll take care of him.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
May 29, 1886.
Sally.
Excuse me, Doctor. Well?
Sally, you're not still mad about what happened in there.
It won't work, Bill. I've heard all your promises.
I got a regular job now, Sally, working for the water pipe company, saving for stake. I can't miss this time. There's silver all around us. You wait and see. I'm going to hit pay dirt.
You hit pay dirt? You won't hit peanuts. And even if you get the chance, you'll go into the Tivoli and blow it.
Sally, listen to me.
You listen to me. I'm gonna leave here someday. And when I do, it's not gonna be with any moth-eaten prospector who's all mind talk and no mind. I'm gonna be respectable. I'm gonna have a sparkler on this finger that'll blind you in the sun. I'm gonna have furs all over me. Now you go back to digging your ditches and leave me alone.
Now, look, you kids move back. You're going to get hurt here.
Aw, Bill.
Hello, Jerry. Emily.
We're not hurting anything, Mr. Hollister. We're just watching.
Yeah, well, you better go watch from over there.
Can we play around the old Marla house, please, can we?
Sure, I guess so nobody else is using it. To keep you off the streets.
Thanks, Mr. Hollister. Thanks. I'll be the mother, and you can be the husband coming home from work. I'm not going to be the husband. I'm going to be the sheriff.
How you doing, Bill?
Fine.
What do you got, a broken water pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver. Sally,
What are you doing here? Lose your job?
I just hit a silver vein rich as they come.
What, again?
This'll go 8,000 to the ton if it goes a dime.
Where'd you find it this time?
Right out where I was fixing that pipe, right in the middle of Allen Street.
Middle of Allen Street. What?
Look, that city property, I can't file a claim on it, right?
Right.
The Marlowe house is right next to where I was digging. You can buy it for $1,600.
1,600. So,
Sally, you told me once you had a little nest egg put by.
Bill, if you don't get out of here and quit wasting my time, I'll throw you out.
You said you had $2,000. Sally, this can mean $500,000 to us, maybe better.
Bill.
Look, the house is only 40 feet away from where I was digging. Now, if you owned it, I could tunnel under the street. Nobody'd ever know the difference.
The silver, we'd have to sell it in some other town.
Tucson, that's easy.
What's in it for me?
20 cents on every dollar I take out.
Make it 50.
Okay, baby. I'm not going to argue the split with you. I'm going to ask you to marry me. First 5,000 I take out of that mine.
I want 10.
Okay. What's the matter, baby?
The pipe repair job you were working on. Won't one of the other workers discover the silver ore?
I covered it all up. I'll fix it tonight.
Well, let's have a drink, partner.
Okay, partner. Hi, Sheriff. Have a drink?
No, thanks, Bill.
You particular who you drink with?
I just have to finish my rounds.
You know, Hollister, I'm going to hit it big out here one day. I'm going to have money coming out of every pocket. I'm going to own half a Tombstone.
Don't pay any attention to him, Sheriff. You know, some of them start drinking early. Start running off at the mouth. Now, why don't you be a very nice boy and say goodbye to the sheriff before you get into trouble again? See? Why don't you make me a deputy?
I could do worse.
You better forget you're mad with Hollister and hold your tongue or the deal's off.
You're kidding.
Try me.
Okay, Sally. I'll go back to work.
Well, that's better.
June 14, 1886. The unique mining operation began with Sally's purchase of the old Marlowe place as a home. The lumber for shoring the shaft and tunnel was brought in as new flooring ordered by Miss Sally Wilson for repairs on the old house. Life on Allen Street went on as usual, nobody dreaming that inside the house a shaft would soon extend down to a depth of 10 feet. And that from the bottom of the shaft, a tunnel would extend over 40 feet to a point beneath the street where Big Bill had made his discovery. There was another problem. The dirt had to be carted away secretly. August 10, 1886. The silver deposit was reached.
Sally! Sally!
You know, it's a funny thing. These things were filled with dirt. They weighed a ton. Now they got silver in them. They're light as feathers. You didn't tell anybody they could come?
Of course not. Who is it?
Me, Sally, Clay. Want to talk to you a minute.
Well, just a minute, Clay. I'll be right with you. A lady has to make herself presentable, Clay.
May I come in?
Sure. I haven't fixed the place up yet, but I have some good ideas.
Oh, it should be real nice. Things seem to be going better for you and Bill.
Hmm.
I want to talk to you about him.
About Bill?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's Jimmy Reach.
You mean the little boy that Barbara's daughter plays with?
He was playing around the house here the other day, and Bill ran him off.
Oh.
He slapped him.
Oh, no.
Jimmy's father's got a terrible temper, and so has Bill.
Yeah, I know that.
I wouldn't want to see him try to shoot it out. I thought it'd be better if I talked to you about it rather than Bill.
Glad that you did. He gets pretty riled up, even when your name is mentioned.
I guess I got that kind of personality. Well, thanks for the help, Sally.
Thank you, Clay.
You were standing right over it, honey. We're getting lucky all the way around.
Why'd you slap Jimmy?
Well, he was getting near our diggings.
So Hollister shows up. These are big stakes. Don't be a fool and give them away, Bill. Now get back to work.
The morning of September 2, Big Bill took out enough silver to make a down payment on an important purchase.
Before very long, I'm going to buy you one of those for every one of your fingers. We're going to have everything we ever wanted, honey. We're really going to live.
We.
Mr. and Mrs. William Hartley.
Emily? Emily? Emily! Get off there! Emily!
It's a tunnel.
No! No!
Let's get the sheriff.
Emily, my baby, my baby.
Barbara, let me get a look. Sally, take care of it.
Come on, honey, everything's gonna be all right. It's all my fault. I should have watched her closer. That's a mother's job. Come on, Barbara. Come on.
Emily. Get Doc Cunningham. You, get a hoist and some ropes. Move. Now, everybody get back.
Is she dead?
They don't know. The tunnel. Is that the reason the street caved in?
I let her run wild. You have to watch your little girl. Anything can happen.
Barbara. Now, listen to me. She needs you now more than she's ever needed you in her entire life. I want you to talk to her quietly. Her mother's voice could be very important to her.
What shall I say?
Anything. Just be gentle. Let her know you're here.
Emily? Emily, darling, it's Mother. I'm not going to work tonight, Emily. I'll stay home and tuck you in.
Don't stop.
Emily, I'll read a story to you. I'll read you a story, Emily.
Mommy.
Emily. She's alive. My baby's alive.
Is Big Bill Hartley here? Bill, come here.
What does he want? What do you want, Hollister?
I need your help.
Why me?
You did the repair work here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, how's the ground?
It's tricky.
Are we on a natural fall, or can I dig down on the side and tunnel across to her?
You're gonna risk a cave-in any time you put a shovel in the ground around here. Liable to bring that whole thing down on her. Barbara, come back from that edge.
You didn't have to go down that far for the water line, did you?
Of course not.
And why's the hole so deep?
Well, how do I know? Could be a natural fault, an old well, a spring. Could be anything.
You got any ideas about getting her out?
A rope around her waist might work.
Not if she's pinned.
Yeah, well, maybe she isn't. Too tricky to get down there. We'll get a loop.
Bill, are we going to have to tell about the tunnel?
No, we'll get the kid out.
Are you sure?
Now, don't get mixed up, Sally. What we got is ours. We find that silver mine, we got nothing. We'll get the kid out.
Big Bill Hartley and Sally kept their secret about the tunnel from the old Marlowe house to the mine, through which the girl could have been reached.
Remember, if she's caught too tight, you don't dare pull.
Yeah, I know.
Gently, gently now. Easy.
Mommy, the rope hurts.
Stop pulling. You can't get her out that way. You've got to think of something else.
I'll have to go down after her.
Now, wait a minute. You're no miner. You'd have that whole thing on top of her. I'll go alone.
All right.
Keep your feet away from the rocks, Bill.
Send me down a shovel. It's gonna be all right, honey.
There it comes.
How's it going, Bill?
Slow.
You want me to spell you?
No. No. I'll stay down here alone. Don't worry, honey. We're gonna get you out.
The operation was difficult. Each act of digging risked a landslide, which could bring certain death to the digger as well as to the child below. The night of September 2, 1886.
Soon now, honey. Here we go, dear. Carol, stand right there. Put this down over your shoulders, honey. That's it. Now you sit in that bottom one, sweetheart. Put this under your arms, all right? Come on, dear. Sheriff!
Hi.
We got her.
Billy, take her arm out of there.
Okay.
All right.
That night, 8 hours after the start of the operation, the child had been freed.
Easy. Easy.
Mommy.
My baby's alive.
Take hours to clear.
Hours will be too late. We've got to get him out soon. I can't work fast, Doc. The whole street may cave in on top of him.
Bill, don't give up, Bill. It means too much to us now.
I've given up, Sally. Tell him.
It means too much to us now.
Tell us what, Sally?
Nothing, Clay. He's delirious.
I had just returned from a business trip in Prescott, found Tombstone in a turmoil.
How's it going, Bill? Can't feel anything, Sheriff.
Hold on, Bill. Everything will be all right.
We'll get you out. Oh, it's too late. Why'd you come the way you did? What are you talking about? Didn't Sally tell you? Tell me what? This is a tunnel between our house and the mine.
You mean that you tried to mine this? Bill, don't you know that this...
me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory. An overcast morning, July 9, 1886.
I still think you're making a mistake, Logan. What if Hollister and his posse happen to come by?
The lead in my shoulder's getting too heavy to carry. Give me the saddlebags, man. Come on.
The way you act, someone could say you don't trust us.
$10,000 is a lot of temptation. I wouldn't want you boys running out on me.
Oh, we'll be around. We'll be back Wednesday morning. And you better be there.
I'll be there.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
July 9, 1886. Sheriff Clay Hollister was on the trail of Logan Beatty and his gang. The going had been rough.
Near as I can figure, this trail's about 5 hours old.
I think the posse ought to be heading back to Tombstone, Clay. We don't have enough provisions for another day's ride.
Well, I winged one of them. Sooner or later, they're going to have to slow down and fix up that wound.
Horses are about through. The men have about had it, too.
All right. You men head back for Tombstone.
Now, what about you, Clay?
I get some provisions at the Danbury Ranch, then ride into Fairbanks, get a fresh posse there. Much obliged for your help, Paris. I'll check with you when I get back. Danbury?
You come hunting land, Texas Sheriff, you're wasting your time. You got no money.
No, it's nothing like that. I was hoping you could let me have some provisions. I'd be willing to pay.
Pleasure to be of service to the law.
As long as you get paid for the effort. What do you get for a drink of water?
Water's free. Good book says to help those in need, but it don't hurt to be practical about it. You or anybody else.
Anybody else?
Oh, I got myself a temporary boarder. Fellow rode in this morning, gave me $50, put him up for a couple of days, give him some medical attention. Claims he was ambushed.
Where is this man?
In the bedroom.
Is he wearing a gun?
No, I took it away from him.
That's good.
Guns are the tools of the devil, like so many other things. Alls I keep around myself's a small bore in case I scare up a coyote.
I'd like to meet this man.
Well, you live in Kansas City, Miss Danbury?
No.
They got a store there sells nothing but dresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Does everyone make jokes all the time like you do?
No, I'm the funniest man that was ever in Kansas City. Someday I ought to go there.
You won't be going for a while, Logan.
Hello, Hollister.
Just rest easy.
It's a family heirloom. Like this lucky piece. I rest better when they're near me.
Has he done something wrong?
Yeah, he held up a bank in Tombstone. Wounded a clerk.
No.
An outlaw under my roof?
Where are the others, Logan?
They said I was holding them back.
Did he ride in here alone?
I was out in the yard. I didn't see anyone else.
You got me caught, Hollister. Why would I lie to you?
They ran off and left you, huh? Left $10,000 behind. Where are they, Logan?
Sheriff, can't you question him later? He's in pain.
As you sow, so shall you reap.
Yeah, he reaped all right. I'll need a lighted lamp to sterilize this. Seems only fair that since I put the bullet in, you ought to be the one to take it out.
How is he?
Nothing wrong with him. A couple of days' rest won't cure.
I don't want him under my roof. This is a God-fearing house. Let the sinner seek the comfort of his own kind and not sicken others.
It's a long ride back to Tombstone. Wouldn't want that wound to open up. He might bleed to death.
The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his own way. The wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
But the man came to us for help, Pa. It wouldn't have been Christian to turn him away.
He's a thief and a murderer. He deserves the worst that can happen.
There's nothing too good about Logan's past, but murder isn't one of his accomplishments.
I know his kind has never done a hard day's work in his life.
I thought we could all use some refreshment.
Oh, thank you, Miss Danbury. Looks like I'm going to have to impose on your hospitality for a couple of days.
We're pleased to have you here, Mr. Hollister. You think he'd like a cup?
Oh, I'm sure he would. I'll take him some.
If the sheriff wants him to have any, he'll take it in.
Leave the girl alone, Alan.
The morning of Wednesday, July 11, 1886.
You certainly don't take any chances, Sheriff.
No. My job, you live longer if you're careful. And don't put too much faith in good luck charms. I want to talk to you about that.
What's wrong with Logan giving it to me?
He should have kept it for himself. He's going to need all the luck he can get. Keep away from him, Kay.
You sound just like my father, Mr. Hollister.
He's got a long prison term ahead of him.
Hollister, there's one thing you should know. You're never going to put me in prison. Only one man ever locked me up. That was my dad when I was 7 years old. I remember I beat my hands bloody trying to get out of that dark cellar. It was a whole lifetime ago. I still dream about it.
I've decided to take you back to Tombstone today. You look well enough to travel.
Yeah, I'll be traveling soon. All I needed was a little Christian charity from the right person.
Why don't you give her some? Come here.
I'll never forget you. Bye.
All right, Logan, let's go.
You'll never take me to Tombstone now, Hollister. You're a day late. Yesterday you might have made it, but today, those are my boys.
Back in the house. Everybody. Move!
Hey, Logan, come on out.
Tell him you're my prisoner.
Sheriff Clay Hollister's in here with me.
Well, what do you want us to do?
Well, there's no sense in having a gunfight. I'll be out in a few minutes. You see, Sheriff, I'm your prisoner, but you're my prisoner in a way.
We can't wait out there forever. Sooner or later,
Sheriff, don't make me shoot you. But I will if I have to.
You're taking leave of your senses, girl?
I want to go with you.
Your father's right. You've taken leave of your senses. I can't take you with me, don't you see?
For the first time in my life, I do see. And I want to go with you.
All right. Let's go.
Try to make him understand.
I'll kill you for this, Beatty. By all that's holy, I'll kill you.
Take that. Cut you down before you got a shot.
Logan! Climb down.
Kay! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Might have stopped them if it hadn't been for her.
I don't think you can put all the blame on your daughter.
My daughter is dead.
The morning of July 12, 1886. Logan Beatty skirted Tombstone on his way to New Mexico. Clay Hollister came back to Tombstone for a small posse. We again picked up Beatty's trail.
Logan.
Don't be so worried. The shoulder opened up a little, that's all.
Logan, you can't keep riding. You've got to stop, at least for a while.
And let Hollister catch up. I'll tell you what we'll do. Yucca Flats is about 2 hours from here. We'll stop there. Come on.
The outlaw's trail led to Yucca Flats. We recent Beatty was seeking the sanctuary of the New Mexico border.
Gee, I must look a sight.
You're the prettiest girl in the territory.
Not in this outfit.
I'll buy a new dress. We'll meet you fellas in the bar. Come on. A bottle, please. Thanks.
Oh, no. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You do that dress right proud, Kay.
My man has good taste.
Yeah, not much of a place, is it? If I go anywhere else, they might recognize me.
I understand.
Don't you want a drink? It might cheer you up. It can't do you any harm.
No, I don't want any.
Hey, Logan. You gonna sit there and wait for Hollister to come for you? Or are we heading for New Mexico?
Okay. Should we leave?
Well, I'm ready.
Kay, how old are you? 17? 18?
19.
Do you realize that I'm almost...
I realize that you're the man I love. Come on, let's go.
They were here all right.
How long ago?
About an hour.
Well, we're gaining on them. They still got a good head start. Catching them before they reach the border is going to take some doing.
If I have to cross the border, I will. They'll send the boys back to Tombstone. This visit's going to be unofficial.
The afternoon of July 12, 1886. Red Rock, New Mexico.
Aren't you going to eat any of it?
I'm not hungry.
I know what you're thinking. I just can't afford to take any chances. I've still got to be careful where we stop.
Logan, I understand that. You don't have to explain.
You haven't had any fun, have you? Give me a little time. We'll have plenty of fun. And we got lots of money.
And what happens when the money's gone?
I get us some more. They leave this stuff lying around loose in banks. You just walk in and scoop it up.
Just walk in and scoop it up. And we start running again.
What other way is there?
Hello, Logan.
Rita, I'm busy.
What's the matter? Don't I please you anymore?
Look, Rita, will you leave us alone, please?
Logan, she's not your type or age.
I'm sorry about it.
I'll cover you from here in case the others show up.
Where are your friends? My friends are hid out. They're afraid of a lawman who might forget about the law and come across the border. This is New Mexico, Hollister. You have no authority here. They have their own laws and they have nothing on me. And if you don't believe me, ask the sheriff at the bar.
That doesn't prevent us from having a little talk, does it?
Oh, what is it to say?
I want you to ride back to Tombstone with me.
Whatever would make me want to do a fool thing like that?
You want to make her happy?
I figure the best way to do that's by staying out of jail.
Taking her to places like this?
Won't always be places like this.
When has it ever been different? I think she deserves something better.
Have you any complaints, Kay?
If he did go back, what would happen?
You'd have to face a robbery charge.
I can't do that, Kay. Don't ask me.
Logan, time of your kind's passing. Trail ends with a bullet or a long prison term. Now's your chance to pay a small penalty for a new life.
Remember, I told you I can't stand to be locked up.
Well, what kind of freedom is this? Running from the law, living from day to day, and no future.
Leave us alone, Hollister.
All right. Anything I can do for you, Kay?
Let's go back.
I can't.
Logan, maybe you can walk into a bank and scoop up some money. But what happens if this kind of life runs us out of love Mr. Hollister. Wait. I'm going back with you.
Kay.
Every time that you rode off, I'd wonder if I'd ever see you alive again. And we'd end up hating each other. Wouldn't have worked, would it?
He'll come back if he loves you.
Thank you, Mr. Hollister.
Glad I could be of service.
Is Pa at home? He went into town, but he should be back very soon now. I better start supper. You'll stay, won't you?
Thank you, Miss Danbury.
She's worried about what Pa will say.
How about you?
I'm not any longer.
I think I'll ride out and meet him.
Honor the devil! Stop!
Coming in to give himself up.
I didn't know.
Didn't he say anything?
May have. I didn't hear.
Maybe. Maybe you just didn't want to hear.
How will I be judged?
I don't know. But you're gonna have to tell your daughter you killed a man she loved. Here. You better give her this.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, July 13, 1882.
Just a bit out, huh? Matt? Matt!
What do we do?
We bury him. Get busy with the shovel. I'll stand guard.
Look.
Silver.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
August 22, 1882. The epitaph heralded another fabulous silver strike. For some, it was a moment of rejoicing. For others, the celebration was bitter, due to a trick of fate that had moved in to make it so.
Buried old Matt, we found this thing. I looked down and I seen it, and I reached out and I reached down and I grabbed it. It looked like this. I had it to you. And we got it. It's a big silver strike. Thank you. You heard what Pete said about the alley office? We got it.
Carter, I'm going to ask you one more time. I want my father's share of the strike.
What share? Old Matt had no share. The Indians got him before we struck it.
You had an agreement. Now I'm going to get what's mine. You going to give it? Or am I going to take it?
Ollie's right. He deserves it.
I told you before, old man had no share. Belongs to Billy and me.
Nobody's pushing us out. Yeah.
Get going. Quick! That hothead of yours is going to get you in trouble.
Ah, now, hold it.
Come on down to my office. We'll talk it over.
When? Now. So you're going to let him get away with this. You're going to let stealing go on right under your nose without doing anything about it, is that right?
Carter and Billy are taking anything that belongs to you, they'll go to jail. They claim the death ended the partnership. You got anything to prove that it didn't?
Listen, anybody but those two would honor that partnership.
Is there anything in writing?
I don't know. If there is, I haven't found it.
Well, you show me something in writing and I'll enforce your claim legally. Till then, there's nothing I can do.
All right. But I'll get what belongs to me, and I'll get it without your help.
Ollie. I've never seen him like this before.
Ollie's right, you know.
Sure, he's right. But not legally.
I was speaking about the moral right.
That's what makes it tough. They're both right. One of them legally and one of them morally. I'll go up and talk to Carter and Billy.
I don't know.
Where'd he go?
Maybe I got him.
Drop your guns.
Oh, we didn't know it was you, Sheriff.
Doesn't matter who it was. There's free land around here. Anybody's got a right on it.
Not here. We got a claim. Nobody's got a right here but us. Well, Hollister, what do you want up here?
This is Matt's grave, huh?
Yeah, we dug the mine over there so Matt wouldn't be bothered none. Got to show proper respect for the dead.
You could show more respect by allowing his family in here to tend the grave.
Oh, no, then they get the idea they come up here any time.
Anything wrong with that?
They want to come here because they think they own a piece of this strike. Well, they don't.
Carter, everybody in Tombstone thinks Ollie and his wife should have Matt's share.
If I caught that Apache arrow, Matt wouldn't be giving any shares to my family. Matt wasn't that kind.
You're wrong, Carter, and you know it. I knew Matt.
You got a warrant to arrest or something?
Nope.
Then get out. You got no right here either.
There's gonna be trouble. You can stop it.
If there's any killing ahead, I'm ready for it.
Just don't step out of line, that's all.
Get to work.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe we should give Ollie some. Wouldn't hurt nothing, you know. Just a little bit.
You gotta fight for what you get, Billy. Nobody gives a hang for you and me. You gotta take when the time comes. The time's now.
Yeah, you gotta take. Nobody ever gave me nothing, ever. You gotta take.
You going out?
That's right. Carter's at the Crystal Palace. I'm going there.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what's mine? Sheriff didn't do anything about it.
But, Ollie, we've been all through this, and you promised.
I didn't make the rules. Carter did. He took, I'm going to take back.
But, Ollie, there must be another way.
Now, don't you go nagging at me, Beth. It's the only thing I can do. It's your last chance, Carter.
You ain't safe here, boy. You better go home.
Jaw.
3 hands.
Otis, get a doc. Give me some water and a rag.
Give me a gun. I'll kill you, Carter. I'll kill you for this.
I shot him in self-defense, Sheriff.
What's your story, Harry? Was it self-defense?
He's a no-good rat. No better than a claim jumper. But Ollie forced it.
Anybody else got another burger?
Ollie! Oh, Ollie. Well, what are you men going to do about this?
Mrs. Williams, I ask you not to interfere.
No, wait a minute. I'm unarmed.
Hold it.
Give me back my gun, Sheriff.
All right, break it up. What kind of a lawman have we got here? Get going.
I'll never make it. They'll follow me.
I suggest you men stay here.
You only think you've had trouble before.
August 23, 1882. Angry miners formed on the streets of Tombstone. They were convinced that one of their group had been wronged.
What's going on?
What's going on where?
What's all the excitement?
Is there excitement?
With her husband desperately wounded, Beth Williams succumbed to the spirit of the mob.
Looks bad, Clay.
It is bad. Keep going in. We don't need your protection, Hollister. Just a peaceful meeting. Just talk. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with talk.
Free to make, ain't it?
And free to listen to.
You plan to force your way in here?
Depends.
But when an innocent man like my husband, whom you all know, is shot trying to protect his rights, well, it's time something was done about it. What chance do we have if the sheriff refuses to back us up? How long are we going to stand for it? When will something be done? Ollie and I need your help. Can we count on you?
Mrs. Williams, I'd like a word with you alone.
You can speak freely in front of the men.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know exactly what I'm doing. Ollie's no match for Carter's guns.
So you're getting a mob to back Ollie?
You can put it that way if you like. But if you'd done your job in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
You're beating that tune to death. My job is the law.
Yeah, protecting claim jumpers. How much is he paying you, Hollister? Maybe you're getting match share.
I hate mobs and I hate murder. I've seen enough and I've had enough. I'll shoot anybody that leads a mob to murder.
I've sounded out a few men to act as deputies. Any luck? Trying to get deputies for this job's like trying to grab an eel in a bucket of lard. I couldn't get anybody.
What about Stan Hoare and Art Smith?
Wouldn't touch it. They're getting uglier by the minute. Isn't there any way to stop this?
You got any suggestions? I don't know. When respectable people start taking the law into their own hands, I must have messed up somewhere.
Oh, don't blame yourself. What you face would tax the wisdom of Solomon. Why is it the law so often seems to be on the wrong side?
Well, if they just give the law a chance, it'd catch up. You can't stop a mob with just a shotgun. There's got to be a way. And I got to find it.
With all the land around here, it's too bad a man can't find a piece of ground to rest in without everybody fighting over it.
What did you say?
I said it's too bad a man can't find a piece of ground to rest in without everybody fighting over it.
Open up, Chambers. Open up.
There may be a law.
It's a race against time.
Chambers, open up.
Well, it's something new for you, up with the roosters.
Well, I'm a newspaper man, Clay. I can't sleep with my town about to blow up under me without trying to do something about it.
Did you?
Beth is the fuse. I thought if I could talk some sense into her, things might simmer down.
Did you talk sense?
Well, I thought I did, but she wouldn't listen. She just came back from a circuit of the diggings. She's been stirring up every miner within 10 miles of Tombstone. We've got to find some way to stop her.
Well, I think Chambers and I did.
You found something after I left last night?
2 o'clock this morning. We came up with a territorial law that states that any open ground on which a man is buried belongs to him for 20 feet in all directions.
Good for you.
And I got a court order evicting Carter.
Do you think she'll listen?
Only a fool wouldn't. I hope she's not a fool.
Where you going?
See Ollie.
Is this the time to be seeing a sick man? Shouldn't you try to stop this mob?
That's why I'm going to see Ollie.
You got this.
Ollie.
What's he trying to do, join your mob?
Yes.
Why didn't you keep him in bed?
I tried, but
You tried. You tried like you tried to stop that bunch in the street outside?
I didn't try to stop them then, and I won't try now.
Mrs. Williams, you're supposed to be a responsible citizen.
Just a minute. Who are you to talk about responsible citizens? At least I'm trying to protect my husband.
Well, that's what your protection's gotten you.
And what has your high office gotten?
I've got a court order to evict Carter and Billy.
I don't believe it.
I dug up an Arizona law that states that a grave and 20 square feet around it belong to the heirs of anyone buried there.
Well, what good will that do?
You go out and tell that mob that I'm going to run Carter off.
Carter will laugh at your court order, and it'll take a mob to run him off.
You won't even try.
No.
Mrs. Williams, can't you see I'm trying to help you?
All I can see is the help you're giving those thieves.
You're being a fool. There's going to be trouble, and only you can stop it. And if you don't, men will get killed.
You think they'll be coming pretty soon?
How do I know?
Think you and me can handle a whole bunch of them?
We get enough of them to wrestle run like rats. We'll keep working.
You know very well where we're going, Mr. Clyburn.
We're going to see justice done.
Justice never came from taking the law into your own hands. Wait. Clay Hollister rode out to the mine. He's your lawman. Let him handle this.
He's been handling it, and that's why my husband was nearly killed.
And we're going to get Carter.
Now listen to me. Every one of you listen. If Carter is killed, every one of this mob, every single one of you is guilty of murder.
Premeditated mob murder. What you don't know is that the sheriff now has a legal right to get Ollie's claim for him.
Carter will never give in.
But at least give the sheriff time to try it his way. Give him time. That's the least you can do.
All right.
What do you want? What's that?
An eviction order.
What's that mean?
Means that the grave and 20 feet around it belong to the heirs of Matt Williams. That's the law. You'll have to get out.
It's a trick.
It's no trick, Carter. I'm trying to do you a favor. There's a mob on its way out here to get you.
Oh, why don't you stop them then?
I will. As soon as you leave.
You mean they're going to take everything?
You'll get your share. Just move out before I have to bury you next to Matt.
After 15 years? Fighting desert, 100 Indians.
After making my strike. No! I'm going to keep it all!
You try to do a job and you end up taking a life.
Time's up, Mr. Clyburn. And so's Carter's. Let's go.
Wait, this is wrong.
Well, you wanted blood, didn't you? You got it. What's the matter? Why so quiet? You'll do anything for silver, won't you? You'll get your share, Mrs. Williams. Billy will get his. If he's got any family, they'll get theirs. Hello, Mr. Clyburn.
Hello, Clay. Well, I guess I'll run this notice in the paper again.
Oh, no answer from Carter's heirs yet, huh?
Nope. And we've given him every chance to come forward and claim his share of the strike. Either Carter has no heirs, or they're too ashamed to come forward and admit it.
Mr. Clyburn?
Well, hello, Charlie.
Clay saw Ollie and Beth up at their claim today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's trying to get up to courage and wanted to know.
What did she want to know, Charlie?
Well, if it would be all right if she came in to apologize.
In time, when I forget there was a needless killing.
I wonder if she's to blame. Whether it's silver or gold or anything that smells like money. There's always a scent of death about it in Tombstone.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.